guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be chit chatty New Year's goals, resolutions, intentions, all the things that I'm thinking about and really desiring to put into action in 2024. I have a whole list here, things from personal, spiritual, my business goals, our financial goals. So grab yourself a snack, a beverage of your choice, whatever you desire, and let's get into this. By the way, we're also going to be like getting ready together, which is why I am barefaced. So let's start with my personal goals first. The theme of nearly all my personal goals is to get into a routine. So all of mine kind of fall under that, and I'm going to go into specifically like what I desire to do with my intentions this year. A lot of my goals revolve around taking care of my body, and the first thing I'm going to talk about is taking care of my skin. I want to thank Typology for sponsoring today's video. Typology is my new favorite skincare brand, actually a French skincare brand made in Paris. And the first thing I've asked is, where has this been? They are a top-selling brand in France for online skincare, but they are under the radar in the US, hence why I didn't really know about it. One of the main reasons that I am obsessed with Typology is because instead of asking themselves, what can we add to make our skincare stand out? They decided, what can we take away to keep everything essential? They are simple, minimal, and effective. And like I mentioned earlier, these products are made in France, so they comply with European regulations, which are much more strict compared to US regulations. Like European regulations have already banned over 1,300 ingredients in opposition to the smaller ban list in the US, which I will talk about much more later with some other goals that I have. So I'm about to use my AM products this morning, and how I determined like what products I need to use, because if you're anything like me, it kind of overwhelms me. It seems like there's a lot of stuff out there and I don't even know where to begin. So I love that Typology has a skin diagnostics test. It's completely free and it gives you your skincare recommendations based off of your skin, your environment, and even your habits, and then it will give you an AM and PM regimen, which again, I really like. Tell me everything I need to do. So these are my AM products. I love that it's minimal, just two things, my kind of routine. The first thing I do is go in with this Radiance Serum. This serum combats oxidation that contributes to skin aging and balances uneven pigmentation in your complexion. And I go in with my Nourishing Moisturizer. This protects skin from dryness and external aggressions. It's like this beautiful milky moisturizer. I wish you guys could smell this. It smells so good. If you were wondering, my skin typology is DE, and my concerns are visible pores, dryness, blackheads, and I really liked that they had asked what I'd been diagnosed with. So I do get eczema on my face, and they took that into account with what they recommended me with. So for my PM routine, I first go in with this 7-ingredient cleansing oil, and this just removes all traces of makeup and really gets everything off the skin. And then I go in with the exfoliating gel cleanser, and this micro exfoliates the skin. And then I go in with, I think you say it's Squalane Serum. This is specifically for dry skin. It helps your skin feel soft to the touch. I do really love this. Typology gave me a great deal for you guys. So if you specifically use my link in the description box and spend a minimum of $40, you get this free mask. This is their P74 face mask with yellow clay and organic turmeric. This is concentrated in active antioxidants to restore radiance to the complexion, which is really nice. So if you guys want this free gift, use the link in my description box. You can only work through that link, so be sure to use it. And I highly recommend using their skin diagnostics test. I am very, very passionate about Typology, truly. Again, I'll have everything linked down below for you guys. I'm going to talk about some more goals as I get ready. My next goal within my get into routine goal is to work out more. I talked about this on my Instagram. I worked out for the first time in like a year, a few weeks ago, which is really odd for me. My whole life I've been very active. I was in soccer, both competitive, high school, I mean year-round playing soccer, and then even into college I was very active. So in November I started doing Orange Theory again, and I've been loving it. So that's one of my goals, is to get back into a routine of taking care of my body physically. And so that looks like, for me, going to Orange Theory, I'm doing the twice a week one where you get 2 classes a week, and then in between that going on runs or really long walks. My heart behind this is to take care of my body physically, to keep it in a good physical shape. And additionally, the mental benefits for me of working out are undeniable. My anxiety is always much lower, and I just feel like I am a more upbeat, more energetic, and healthier person overall, mentally, physically, and in all the things. And the reason that I hesitated to even like get back into working out was because Orange Theory is so expensive, and a lot of people will say, well, why not just join a normal gym? I used to do that. It does not work for me. I have no self-discipline. I really struggle with like telling myself to run faster or run longer. I just feel tired and immediately like, I'm just gonna get off the treadmill. But whenever it comes to like truly working out, I do best with people telling me what to do. I'm about to do my mascara, and this mascara is from Typology. It's their serum mascara, and it has pea peptides in it, which again, I love that it's clean, good ingredients that are actually helpful for the skin. And I don't know if I mentioned, but they do have makeup products. My next goal is to eat more whole foods, not necessarily the store, and just be mindful of like what's going in my body, especially when I'm cooking from home. For the past probably year or so, I have been doing my best to avoid things like seed oils and highly processed foods. And so I feel like the best way to describe that is just to eat more whole foods and not buy processed things, and try to make things from scratch if I can. Again, I'm very passionate about what is going in my body or on top of my body and things like that. Do I do that perfectly? No. Like, I still go out to eat, and I guarantee you those restaurants are not using the most high quality ingredients or organic things. I do it as best as I can and as I see fit. You know, it's everything in moderation, and as much as I can control it, I try to. Wow, I'm really getting this everywhere. Look at how bad that is. And that goes into my next goal, and kind of like an overarching goal is just to use less toxic things in general. Like for Christmas, I asked for a diffuser, so using essential oils rather than lighting candles. Again, I have candles, and if we have company over, I'll probably light them. Like, it's not like I'm going nothing ever at all. I've just been learning more and more about what is in things. And so with all that knowledge, it's been hard for me to be ignorant again, I guess. And so throughout the year, I just want to make small changes over time to help with that. Now, my next goal is to create a more minimal wardrobe. I'm not trying to have like a capsule wardrobe, but more of the idea of having classic pieces rather than trendy pieces is my goal. So to me, that looks like having colors that aren't like crazy, which that's already my wardrobe. I've never been a huge color person, but also items that aren't like one season trends, but rather like I will have for years and years, and a consistent classy style is kind of what I'm going for now. Also, I just used the Typology lip oil in powder pink. I'm obsessed. We're cozied up in my office, and we're going to talk about financial and my business goals. So let's start with business. My very first goal is to find an editor. I think I've been doing YouTube for 7 or 8 years now. I really should count it out. It's been a long time, but I'm at the point to where I feel like the time I spend and the stress that editing has stopped me from being able to have creative freedom. And you know, this job is really a lot about creativity and creating good content, and that's my desires. I want to create good content that I'm proud of, and I feel like I have become so overrun with editing that I haven't had the capacity to even think creatively. And it's also scary because that's also a big financial commitment. Like my job, I don't have a ton of expenses. Like I don't have a lot of overhead or anything like that, and that is a pretty big expense. But I think it will be a great decision for my business. Okay, next goal is very exciting, and this year we're going to launch our secret project that we've been working on for the past literal year and a half. It has been so long, and we're at the very tail end, and I'm so excited to launch it. So we will definitely be launching in early 2024. At least we're hoping, you know, you never know. But we're really excited for that, so stay tuned. Okay, now let's talk financial. I didn't really talk a lot about finances on here. I think that's a very personal thing. I love when people do, but me personally, I just don't feel comfortable talking like in depth about it. But there are two things that I think are good to talk about. One, I think something that me and Sam both have discussed, and this is both a priority for us this year, is to invest beyond our typical investing, you know, 401k, things like that. And what I mean by doing that is to pursue investing in that. We don't even really know what that looks like. And then secondly, this is specifically for me, I want to be more mindful about every penny we spend. I don't like looking at money. It stresses me out. I look at our credit card. I only look at like the things I need to know, which is like the overview of like, how much did we spend? How much did we get? How much did we save? Those kind of things. Because naturally I'm just a frugal person. So I know that we're not spending money we don't have. And Sam is the one that really keeps me up to date on everything. Like, he looks at everything and then tells me, hey, like, this is how much we saved, this is how much we spent, let's cut this back, we can put this here. I feel like I've been very passive when it comes to money out of fear of money, and I feel like that shows that it has a hold on me, and that's not okay. So I bought these spreadsheets off of Etsy. They're super cute, which is very helpful for me, and it's a monthly income tracker, and then I got, I think, the yearly income tracker, or maybe it was by paycheck. Anyway, I don't know. I'll have the spreadsheets linked down below. I think they were like $2. I'm not even kidding. I haven't used them yet, but they're very cute, and I saw somebody else using them, so I can vouch for them. So I want to be more intentional about that this year and not let fear control me in that. Lastly, I want to talk about some spiritual goals that I've set. So the first one might not sound spiritual, but I'll explain how it is. And that is waking up at 7 a.m. So ever since I got married, I have almost become a non-morning person, and I used to be a morning person. I used to wake up really early, and it was just very natural for me. And I don't know what happened, but I started getting to the point where, like, one, waking up was hard, two, I wasn't very good about waking up, and it's probably because for the first time in my life, like, I never really had to be anywhere or do anything. Like, I'm self-employed, so it's really only me telling myself that I need to do something. And so when I wake up really late, I feel like my quiet time is rushed, my mornings are rushed, and I don't have a good start to my day, which then falls into everything that I do. So I have been starting to wake up in the 7s, but my goal is to make it 7 a.m. Like, I feel like I had to kind of like slowly regress backwards so that I have plenty of time to do my quiet time. And additionally, I can really set the house for the day. What I mean by that is, like, empty the dishwasher, make sure the kitchen's clean, make our bed, make sure everything is nice and tidy. I know that that's the best thing I could do to help maintain our household, which I do feel like is my desire. Like, I want to cultivate a peaceful home, and I can do that best when I wake up early because I work. I have a lot going on during my day, and I have to prioritize my work because I have deadlines and things like that. And so naturally the laundry will fall to the wayside because I'm busy and I didn't make time to prioritize that during the morning time. So next spiritual goal is to get plugged into community here, very specifically small groups. So me and Sam have finally found a church here in Tennessee that we really love. We really feel like the Lord has us there. So now the next step is to get involved in a small group. So in Atlanta, me and Sam had a married group that we were both in, and then we each individually had our own small groups. I know that's a lot for a lot of people, but me and Sam are very people oriented. We love relationships. We love knowing others and being known and being vulnerable and really like doing life with other people. So our main goal is to get into a married group. That is probably our #1 goal above anything else this entire year, is to really get plugged into community here in Tennessee and create our home with people here. And then last spiritual goal that is very important to me and that I've really been thinking through and I really feel like is a conviction on my heart is to be a more intentional wife. I feel like I've gotten into a habit of not being extremely intentional with Sam and like how I can love him and care for him. And that's kind of where like me waking up at 7 a.m. derived from, is that I'm just a better wife when I wake up early and read the word. I'm a better wife when I create a peaceful household. And the goal isn't to just be the best wife so that I can get praise or anything like that. It's ultimately to love my husband well so that our marriage glorifies the Lord. That is the hope behind it. And that looks different for everybody. If you're married, your husband is going to be drastically different than mine. And so the things that I can do to be intentional to him are probably going to be different for you. I've talked about this before, but I think it's a really good example. I am a very, very, very messy person. And yes, I don't love living in a mess, but like I can go to bed with a dirty house. My husband simply cannot. It makes him anxious. It stresses him out. And so the best way that I can love him well is to do my best to not be extremely messy, to pick up after myself, which are things that do not come naturally to me and are very, very hard for me. But I know that that's the best way I can love him, is by doing that. So I just want to be intentional in the little things. Those are all of my goals. I hope that this inspired you, or I don't know, just kickstarted some thoughts for you. Don't forget to check out Typology down below. You can only get that free gift if you use my link and spend a minimum of $40. I could go on and on about how much I love Typology, but I've already done that, so I won't. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.